The cold night is filled with hundreds of sounds. Demons and wood chorts swoop under the wide fir branches. Owls hunt for nimble mice. Graveyard grasses whisper something from beneath the gloomy silhouettes of the Galbets at Mikhail's crossroads. Old Yegor stops and crouches down, looking at something on the dry earth.
Look, all this time and your circle is still visible? I wonder if I can find mine from the time I took the hat. Who knows how many circles were once drawn here? So many sins. What do you think we need icons and churches for? I have enough sin to bury Christ himself. Do you think any Khaldun can manage it?
They say there's no saving for Yeretniks.
I believe they speak true. I imagine that's why they supply us with chorts, for us to learn to control them. And the church and the icon, it's so people aren't afraid.
Could it be that I will draw a circle here with a student of my own one day?
God willing.
Oh, Vasya, Igor Yevlampovich, you came. I don't know what to do. I've read all the prayers I know. I haven't seen such horrors in years. Who could have done something like that to animals? No less than a monster.
Tell me where you found the animal.
In the old chapel, in the cemetery. Hardly anyone visits there, and even fewer now. So it's still there, by the altar. What is this scourge upon our Riest? What devil tortures us? Lord, forgive us.
Have you noticed anything else unusual?
Well, people are scared to go to the cemetery. It's haunted. People were about to ask you for help, but I assured them that you would drop by soon enough.
Where's the chapel the cow was killed in?
Well, in the church cemetery. Something was amiss there long before this happened. Strange knocking and scratching. It sounded as if it were coming from beneath the ground. That's why folk rarely go there.
All right, we'll see what demon you have over there.
In the meantime, find the payment in the church bins.
Rest assured, Igor Yevlampovich. I'll do that.
At the crossroads of two trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you might buy some.
Be wise and go forth. Knowledge will serve.
an amulet and a trinket, you'll be as healthy as a boar. Demons.
What a strange chapel. People must not visit it often. The walls have rotted through. The inhabitants of Vilkert are all buried here. Almost all of them. Anyway, he won't have need of a grave soon. The inhabitants of Vilkert are all buried here. Almost all of them. Old ropes, no blood on them. They haven't been used for a long time, but they're still strong. Old ropes, no blood on them. Jesus, who would do this with a cow? When I catch that chort, he'll get it. Jesus, who would do this with a cow? There's cow's blood on the icons. No one will come to this chapel for a while.
Jesus Christ! Oh, you don't need to look at this. I will deal with the animal and you look around. Try to find some clues. What kind of demon are we dealing with here?
You notice strange, bloody tracks, as if human tracks got mixed with that of a bird. You notice strange, bloody...
They haven't been used for a long time, but they're still strong. When I catch that chort, he'll get it.
Have you looked around?
I've already looked around. Here, and I found some tracks here.
Ha! Bird ones. The spirit is trying to confuse us. What do you think? These aren't bird tracks. There are pieces of broken bones poking through. I've inspected the cow. The demon tore it with claws and teeth. That's clear as day. But here's a hint. I found iron shavings in the bones. I don't like this, Vasya. Let's try to open up the old tracks. Wait while I whisper over your discoveries. Here. Let's follow it. I had a feeling the other day. A bad omen, this find. Where do these tracks lead? Let's find out, Vasilisa.
You find the bloody piece of a shroud. You pick it up, but it crumbles in your fingers, as if it has been lying here for decades. The trees near the ruined grave stand frozen in silence. You look down. The black hole leads deep underground. A name half erased can still be read. Prokopy.
I knew it.
You hold up the swaying Yegor.
I was young and experienced. It didn't completely disable him. The cursed Yeritnik broke free. I figured it out as soon as I saw the cow. Your family had a similar cow long ago. He left that gift for me to find.
Oh well, we'll have to drive him back. My study was not in vain. We'll do it together. I saw a rope in the church. We'll need to climb down into his lair. Here's some rope. Now I can descend into the grave. Here's some rope. Now I can descend into the grave. Jesus! Who would do this with a cow?
Well, did you find it? Look in the chapel.
I saw a rope in the church. We'll need to climb down into his lair.
Prokopy! You!
Yegorka, we meet again. Why have you come? It can't be to bring an offering to you, old teacher, can it? Would you look at that? Dark hair, fair skin, and fearless. Just how I like them. Well, bring her here and get lost.
Do I look like an offering to you? You know nothing about us, demon.
No, girl. It's you who knows nothing about us. Isn't that right, Yegorka? I've taught you well. You're the same as me.
How did you survive here?
You were young, Yegor, inexperienced. Didn't know how to kill me. And now it's too late. I couldn't get out of my coffin for a long time. Your holy man knew what he was doing, unlike you. But don't fret. You lived a long life. Look at you now. So old, pathetic. Even I look better. I haven't aged a minute for the past 30 years. Look at my palace. Truly a sight to behold, is it not?
How did you build all of this?
Simple. My teeth and nails turned to iron over time. They were indeed pleasant tools to work with. As soon as my name got washed off of the coffin, the prayers stopped holding me down. Isn't it funny? You shall perish with your girl in my grave.
You say you and Grandpa are alike.
Don't you dare to compare us, Prokopy!
Oh, how could I? You are so kind. Yegorka the kind. Weren't you the one who sent his charts to kill me in my sleep? Weren't you the one who took my charts? Oh, but aren't they on your shoulder as we speak?
I didn't kill any children!
True, but what about other seeds? What is this stick? Is it made from the same horn as my ancient rod? But what do I hear? Could it be the voice of my old chart? Oh, really? The demon told me everything. Oh, whatever they whispered to you. Whatever they advised to you at the end of your miserable life.
That's enough of you, demon!
I didn't know how to destroy you then, but now I do.
You can't overcome two Kolduns, Prokopy.
I've been waiting for this over 40 years. Don't underestimate me.
Now he's going to hell for sure. Quick, remember what you need to do?
So, how do I dispose of the restless dead so that it is certain he passes to the afterlife? We need to break the Yeriknik's spine, between his third and fourth vertebrae.
Well done, Vasya. That's how we'll do it. If I had been smarter then, it wouldn't be here now. Good. We dealt with it swiftly, before it had the chance for mischief.
Prokopy said you have identical staffs.
His was from a horn. I took it, added to my sins. He also obtained one for himself, made out of moose horn. You need to take this one, of course, if you don't fear his retribution.
You take Prokopy's old staff.
You have chorts left. I thought you gave them all to me, along with the book.
Almost all. Left some to myself. They have their uses, you see. I'll find use for them yet.
Let's deal with Prokopy, Grandpa.
Right. He could rise at any moment. Demonic force. Pooh.
You neutralize Prokopy, and the Chorts help to cover his grave with dirt. There is now a crater in place of a grave. You've seen similar during your travels. Were they the result of unclean dead like this?
How are you feeling, Grandpa?
What do you mean? I'm fine. Is this about Prokopy? To hell with him. I've dealt with him before, and this time we sent him to the abyss together. It's a pity I didn't do it properly the first time. So, how's the progress going on your seals?
Soon they all will be gone. I think we can make it in time.
A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop pierces the darkness. A young lad with an accordion strapped across his back runs into the street. A moment later, a shop owner emerges, spewing curses and chasing after the musician. You are somewhat familiar with the accordion player. This dashing youth is often invited to вечерkas and celebrations. You whisper a zagovor, and the musician trips in the dark. He manages to keep his balance, but drops his spoils. You think he casts a narrow-eyed glance in your direction before he disappears in the dark. The merchant spits on a neighbor's hen in frustration, knowing he won't be able to catch the musician.
That scoundrel! Sure, take him! He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see half kopeck until Christmas.
I know this man. Should I get him back for you?
If only you could. I know him as well, but still. If only my boy was at the counter. I bet he's gone divinate into the omens again.
Behind those barns?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
Do they have any idea how to perform divinations? I fear something might go wrong.
Nothing bad will happen to them. Sure, take them. Youngster, have no patience. Can I help you? Get going.
But what if I wanted to buy something?
Yeah, right. The devil you roaming around at night. Get lost.
The merchant shuts the door in front of you. You can only continue on your way. The black shape of this avin looks like a beast ready to pounce. When you peek through the slightly open door, you gasp. Aviniks have stuffed the children into the stove and are arguing about something.
Let us into your ravine, kind host.
Which? I can sense Galdoons from a mile away. Well, come in. You've already invited yourself.
Damn Aviniks. They always looking to eat somebody.
What's with the children? Did you kill them?
Not yet. We're deciding on who gets to do it. Well, what are you looking at? They came for divinations at wrong time, didn't ask for invitation, didn't circle themselves. And to top things off, their father cursed them. Or could it be you, who also came to grab a bite? Come on, take off the icons. They're nasty to the touch.
I came for the children. They're my prey. The merchants send them to hell? I know, and their chorts send me precisely for that reason. The real chorts, mind you, not some household spirits.
That's the first time I've heard such a thing. Prove to us that Chorts sent you.
These Aviniks want to see chorts. Well, I know where I can get plenty of those. Look, I have a book of sorcery.
What of it? If it were a holy book, we would be scared. But this one reeks of pure sorcery. We thought we had better kill you, so you wouldn't bother us.
After the Aveniks disappear, the children return to their senses. They remember what happened, only in part. You remind them of the necessities of a protective circle by properly boxing their ears. Someone's figure stands black at the forest's edge. You can't make out who's waiting for you on your way. You clutch your book tighter. A human voice answers you. You come closer and recognize the accordion player you met from Saltanova village.
Vasya, I knew it was you in the village.
What do you need? You're on your way already.
I've noticed you in the village. I saw you looked in my direction when I fell. Well, I remember old Igor teaching you curses. I need these sweets for business, but I'll pay them back first thing tomorrow.
You must be carrying these for the girls, as usual.
Such accusations all of a sudden. Nothing of the sort. I'm going to a pot house. I've been asked to play for a birthday, I think.
Fedka plays a riff on his accordion.
I think if I bring a present along, they'll pay me more.
To a pot house, you say? Have you been there before? What kind of place is it?
No, I haven't. It used to be an abandoned izba. Now I hear that each night it becomes a noisy pot house. So it must be fun. Oh, a fine pot house it must be.
Who called you there?
God knows. The other night I met some lad by my izba. Come to the pot house, he says. Gave me some money in advance and promised more afterwards.
Why couldn't you buy sweets with that money?
I hid them away right after, just in case. Come on, don't fret. I'll pay it back later.
I've heard wicked people reside there.
I don't care. Even Church won't hurt an accordion player.
Really, you haven't met Chorts. You wouldn't know if you did.
Not everyone is brought up by a knower.
God help you. I have business of my own.
Wait, where are you going yourself?
I'm going to the pot house too. I need to check up on this birthday.
Oh, how wonderful. Let's go together.
Yeah, wonderful. Sorry, but I'll have to go alone. First, I need to drop by Nekrasova.
Look what's going on there. Men and women crawling like flies. Let's go.
You don't have time to interject, and the musician drags you along. Peasants are gathering on the banks of the river. Each has several loaves of bread in their hands, which they are throwing into the river, and watch as they drift downstream. The musician calls out to them and strides confidently towards them.
Well met, Nekrasova. What are you doing here? Feeding the fishes?
They're looking for a drowned man. He can be found where a loaf sinks, so they say.
Yes, one man from our village went missing. We can't find him.
I think I know who you're talking about. You won't ransom him from a Vodyanoi with bread, and not from your Vodyanoi for sure.
And how do you know that?
Her grandpa is an ower. She's an ower too.
But what can we do to make him drift ashore? Tell us if you know.
If you want to ransom him from your Vodyanoi, you'll need coins for that. Throw an odd number of each time, 3 or 15.
How much money will it take? Where can we get that amount? We struggled even to get this bread.
Here, take this. It's not much, but it should do.
Well, Vasia, quite a wealthy girl you are.
Keep quiet! Don't go counting my money.
We thank you for this. We'll be searching for him until spring this way.
You say goodbye to the peasants and go on your way. Soon, you are able to rid yourself of the musician, who stays to chat with some of his new acquaintances. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. You soon find the izba where the missing peasant's family lives. It turns out that he is one of the villagers trying to reach the Sultanovka bank. You tell his wife that she must recite a prayer. The shaken woman recognizes you as a witch and trusts your every word. You give her all the money the Vodyanoi's servant gave you. The grateful peasant woman gives you some healing herbs for the road. After some thought, you ask her to light a candle for a certain Rusalka that you know. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. Everyone you ask knows about the pothouse, but tells you that it is a wicked place for wicked people. As it turns out, the bandits have become even noisier as of late, but no one has seen them in nearby villages. One of the people you talk to crosses himself and tells you that there's something demonic going on in this pothouse. With a shaky voice, he tells you about a logging area to the west. You can't get anything else out of him. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights. You hear the lingering sounds of songs long known to you. At one of the izbas, you see a late-running vichorka. It may be worth stopping to listen for a while. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song. On the frozen logging site, everything is silent, even birds and insects. Knowing this to be a sign of evil spirits, you open your book. Several fat logs are lying on the glade ahead of you near an old fire, and some items are scattered about it. By the roots of a notably large fallen pine, you see the mouth of a hole. The closer you get to the logging site, the stronger the smell of decay. You recoil involuntarily when you spot the bodies, stuck into the rough holes in the trunks, as if into coffins. Overcoming your disgust, you inspect the corpses. Many of the dead have weapons. It would appear they used to be bandits. You find a purse with rubles on one of them and take it without remorse. You feel the stench of death in the air. It seems no one has been here for a long time. You find someone's ledger by the fire. Reading it, you find regular sacrifices to the Vadinoi and other, more sinister expenses that you try not to think about. The last record is dated more than a week ago. The hole breathes with the dampness of a graveyard. At the bottom of it, among roots that look like paws of exotic beasts, you see an empty chest. Upon closer inspection, it proves to be quite old. It would seem that this small chest was buried a long time ago. The hole breathes with the dampness of a graveyard. At the bottom of it, among roots, you feel the stench of death. The closer you get to the logging site, the narrow path leads you to a silent bee garden. A single light shines amidst the beehives. A beekeeper has lit a splinter and is writing something on birch bark.
I can hear you walking. Come out to the light.
Greetings, beekeeper.
Ah, a traveler. Well, come in. Make yourself at home in my bee kingdom. My name is Panko.
The beekeeper proceeds to write something on birch bark.
Are you writing a Leshy charter by chance?
Heaven forbid. I'm calculating my income for the summer. The bee queen spawns grubs every day, so I get a lot of new bees. If only I had enough houses for them. This Vajanoi helps me. There's Chorts Creek nearby. The bees drink their water there. I threw something in the water recently. A bottle of vodka and a loaf of bread, so my bees wouldn't die off this winter.
I see. If you're having a good year, maybe you have something to sell.
Come and take a look. Are you interested in some healing herbs?
Have you heard about the local Vadinoi?
Well, they say all sorts of things. I heard this one story from an old woman I know. Thing is, I can tell a mighty scary story. Might make your hair stand on end.
You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you notice a fat barrel rolling to the west. It turns out that the barrel is rolling to the pothouse. Sometime later, several chorts fly out of it, transform into whirlwinds, and fly away so fast that you have no time to read a Zagavar. Approaching the barrel, you notice that it used to be full of mash, but it is empty now. At the crossroads of two trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you might buy something for your journey. A multitude of goods can be found.
Seek me out, girl, and I will grant you no.
Buy an amulet and a trick. You'll be as healthy as a boar. Demons fleeing from your...
The players are carried away by a game of Durak.
There are only abandoned isbas nearby. Their windows are all dark. No one wants to live this close to a pothouse. What a Vichorka they're having here. I see the musician has already got there. Which one of them manages the Vodinoy sacrifices, I wonder? A large isba, a fine one. I didn't think they wasted such fine isbas on pothouses.
You can hear the sounds of an accordion and lively conversation. The door is locked. The peasant holds his head and wipes away a single tear from time to time.
Are you all right?
Oh, girl, what are you doing here? Get out of here while you still can. This is an evil place.
I know it is. That's why I'm here. I found dead bandits in the forest, at the logging site. It would seem that demons killed them.
That's what happened. Run while you yourself are still alive.
If you're so scared, why aren't you running too?
I can't escape the charts. They left me here while they're drinking in the pothouse. Later, they'll ride me to hell.
Dear God, so you're dead?
I used to spend quite a bit of time in this pothouse. Now it's time to pay the bill.
I see. What can you you tell me about the pothouse?
A wicked place. Oh, wicked people. So it was. And it's worse now.
Why are you crying?
What? I'm not crying. I won't cry. No matter what fate befalls me. Do you hear?
I know it is. That's why it would seem...
That's what happened.
If you're so scared...
I can't escape later.
Dear God.
I used to spend quite a bit of time.
Perhaps I can save you. I know how to deal with chorts. I have a pastor full of my own. Just help me get inside.
You can't help me. But you can pick on a chart if you like. Here is the key from the back door. You can go in if you want to.
I have business with your chieftain.
Ha! He has no business with you. Go, before Cassian has seen you.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know.
And I am Zao, the entire Perm Gubernia.
Let's do it this way. If I beat you in cards, will you let me in?
Very well, so be it. Call yourself a card player. Get out of here while you still can. Go home while you still can.
You can hear the sounds of an accordion and lively the lock falls to the floor with a thud. The door is open. The fun starts to gather momentum, while the sky behind the window is getting dark. Soon the peasants are dancing so hard that the walls around them start to shake. After some time, the crowd is having so much fun that the accordion player is lifted up and thrown into the air to cheers. The most noticeable in the crowd is a large man. Is this the game, Chief? You notice that the pothouse visitors approach a glass jar that stands by the window and smears something around their eyes. Having carefully picked out this moment, you reach the item. You've had a bad feeling about this pothouse for a while, and now it has turned to horror. Your suspicions prove true. Everything around you was an illusion. The accordion player wasn't thrown into the air without malice. You take out the black book, but the chief of the short swarm calls you out.
I think my stables will see another witch added to it. What a day. Whatever brought you here, madam?
The musician is trying to get out of the noose with all his strength.
I know that you killed the local bandits.
They found what they shouldn't have. That is, us. I can't say we weren't grateful, though.
You killed them all? Why?
The accordion player fights back a little less fiercely.
Do we require a reason? We're evil spirits, girl. But you ask your questions. I have plenty of time.
The Vadinoi needs his offerings. How do I get them from you?
It seems that the musician is almost completely exhausted at this point.
Oh, you won't get anything from us. We're the ones creating problems, not solving them.
Noticing the musician losing his strength, you get out your black book.
Stop your blabbing! You're going to hell along with your pack.
We'll see who goes to hell. I'll turn you into a mare and hitch you to a cart. Keep at it, and your friend here will join us sinners.
Don't count on it.
You will follow right after.
When Mikolka the Chort falls, his flock flies screaming from the windows and doors. You quickly release Fedka from the noose. He seems to be still breathing, but there's no trace of his usual hubris. To your surprise, the Chort hasn't yet vanished like the rest.
Wait, Khaldun, I will help you.
What? You're looking to serve me? I have plenty of charts of my own.
But I am a strong Chort, you've seen it yourself. I'll prove myself useful more than once.
First, tell me this. What happened to the bandits?
They dug up an old treasure chest and was buried here a long time ago by Ushkuinix. It was guarded by strong sorcery. Not strong enough to kill all the bandits, but still, I think something went wrong with the Zagavor. Or maybe the place there is special. We were bound to guard it, regular Chorts we were. But with time, the magic grew stronger, and so did our power, like wine. When they opened the chest, we took what we were due. All of their heads. The residue of the sorcery created this phantom.
I don't think Vakul will be too happy.
And after that, we started gathering the cursed ones around the area. I turned the sinners into horses and drive them into hell. Everything had been going so well until you came. The Zagavad was so strong even the evil spirits used herbs to counter it.
Should I leave these Chorts here to roam around instead of the bandits? Let them make offerings to the Vodinoi. No, I have a better idea. You will make offerings to Vadinoi in place of the bandits. You can do what you want, but make sure you make offerings to Vakul in time. I have an agreement to keep. Swear it.
I swear it. I swear it. Thank you, witch. I will not let you down. I'll make offerings for as long as these brigands live.
After bowing to you, the grateful Chort vanishes into inky smoke. The accordion player has stood on the border between life and death, and seems to be different right now. On your way back, he is silent. You help Fedka get to the closest village and return home. You put Mikolka in charge of the offerings to the Vadinoi. Vakul should keep his word now.
And I was here by dawn.
Well done, Basha. You did a clever thing, making the Chort make sacrifices. They'll curse loads of peasants. That's going to be a lot of work for us.
Thanks, Grandpa. I've decided. We have no time to worry about men from Sultanova.
All right, you need to go to the mill. I already sent a salt worker there.
Do you think Vakul will break the seal?
He will. He has to. You did your part. He's going to do his. He's a demon of old. He honors agreements. But beware. If you ask for more, he'll ask for a ransom. Be ready for that.
I've been thinking about that Rusalka.
You could try to buy out her soul. But what's the point? He'll let her go in 50 years or so. She's dead. She can wait.
What should I watch out for at the watermill?
I think you should be ready for anything. That demon wanted to meet there for a reason. He has power there, as well as history.
I'm getting better and better with the book.
Ha! You bet. Knowledge is light. The longer you hold on to this book, the brighter it shines. And the taller the shadow is behind your back. Doesn't matter who holds this book, a girl or an old man. This shadow keeps growing, and in time will cover villages, peasants, friends, and family. Finally, it gets to you.
Well, time to go to the mill.
It's not far from Gaina village. You won't get lost there.
Ah, Vasilisa, here you are. I've been thinking about that wind and three sides and river shells.
So you've remembered about being Sosiedko in that spa?
Now, I think we should go back in the church in Yenidor. Maybe something will come up there.
Let's go. But is there anything left? Centuries have passed.
We'll search near the foundations, in the cellar. All secrets are hidden underground. You know that better than most. When we'll be in Galbets, maybe then I can tell some future. I'm a Sosiedka after all.
Proshka stops every now and then. Circling around a bit, he hesitantly proceeds on his course. It seems as if something is bothering the demon, something about the road ahead that he hasn't himself realized yet. At the next stop, a gust of wind blows dust in your face. Could it be a demonic wedding? You jump into prickly roadside bushes, dragging Proshka with you. After a few moments, the wind dies down. The road whirlwind is a harbinger of a northern night. The wind bends the trees and sends dust and leaves flying to the empty spaces of the Yanidor crossroads. Somewhere deep in the forest, a lone wolf begins his song. Proshka stops in hesitation once more.
What a wind.
Why are you standing there, Proshka?
I remembered. I used to visit this place often. Perhaps when I was alive, one of the church. Doesn't look like my church was worshipped much, does it?
All you think is about being worshipped. What else could happen in the crossroad that tied Proshka to this place? Maybe the Chute fought the Rusich here.
What gives you that idea? Reading your little books again in Vilgat, were you?
Why all books all of a sudden? I guessed all by myself.
Right. As if you didn't know there was a different sort of battle raging at every crossroads. In fact, some are going on right now.
All right, let's go to Yenidor. I bet we can find something there.
The old bridge creaks from the cold wind, the cold water of some swampy river rippling beneath it. In the middle of it, you notice forest chorts looking at you with their cold, lifeless eyes from the reeds. The demon needs only lift his paw for the forest spirits to scramble in panic. You look at him in amazement. Was this his doing? Or do the spirits know about the power of the Black Book? The northern wind bends the treetops. Their rustling fills the swamps with a rhythmical noise, in which you hear the whisperings of leshis and the wings of demons flapping beneath the ground. You stop for a minute, thinking of how ancient these forests truly are. How many centuries have they stood here? How many centuries will they stand yet? Your meditations are interrupted by Proshka's grumbling. Yanidor is close.
What? Want some pranics? I've sold everything already. This church looks empty now. No one visits, and there's no Prokopy to look after it.
What a dump, right? Look at all this rotten wood. And it used to all be so fine. Don't just stand there, Vasia. There is the door to the undercroft. Open it!
Some pictures are mixed with the icons. Were they gifts from the people?
It's not as simple as that. Search the chests. Perhaps you'll find something.
What am I looking for?
How would I know? Now, don't look at me like that. There are icons all over the place. It's bad for me to look at them, you know.
A bit of a strange face for an angel. Looks like a Chute's idol. Old church books. I'd like to study them, but there's no time. An old kitchenware. An old kitchenware.
When you approach the old wooden planks, you feel a draft. Behind the planks, you see a narrow crawl space leading deeper underground.
The idols have river shells scattered around them. The idols have river shells scattered around them.
I've seen these idols, Vasilisa.
You've been in this dugout before?
Yes, but when? Was it long ago? Something is missing. As if one of the passes on the hunter's calendar has disappeared. Add it, and everything fits right into place.
They're so majestic. They're so majestic.
Majestic idols of old are now lying in heaps in this dank and wet dugout. The eerie faces of the forgotten deities seem to emanate a cold draft. One of the idols is missing his carved face.
The idols have river shells scattered around them. The idols have river shells scattered around them.
I've seen these idols, Vasilisa.
You've been in this...
Yes, something is missing. Add it.
An ancient wooden angel is watching you indifferently. You peer into his face, and it looks as if he's wearing a wooden mask. You touch the mask, and it falls to your feet. Its image reminds you of the strange chorts depicted on the idols of the demons. An ancient wooden angel is watching you indifferently. You peer into his face, and it looks as if he's wearing a wooden mask. Behind the planks, you see majestic idols of old are now...
I remember everything. But look, what's happening to me? That's right. That's how I used to look when they called me Voipel. Hunters used to bring me river shells from the north, and I flew with the all-knowing wind with no rest and no respite.
Prokopy, is that you?
Vasilisa, I remembered everything. All thanks to you.
Your name was Voipel. Who are you?
I used to be a god, the lord of the northern wind and master of the true people's destiny. Those who lived in the forests of Cherry. I was once powerful for a time. Other gods came, and belief in me dwindled. Thou shalt not worship the idol of Voipel, and thou shalt not devote funeral feasts to him. And thus it came to be. The lights of altars dwindled, and so did my powers.
Are those your idols beneath the church?
Yes, they are. It was my lost temple, this dugout. I still remember that woman. Didn't want to lose the old faith. She hid my idols and put my face on the angels. That's how I survived. As a demon, but in a halo of ecclesiastical glory.
Why all the shells?
This is my symbol, mine ears. I used to be omnipresent in this area. I used to cool the ferocious flame of the sun with my wind. But that time is long gone. All that's left are these shells. Bones of the past, long forgotten.
What will you do now?
I'll stay with you. I am in your debt. It's not like I've suddenly grown in power. The universe has been turned upside down. The gods of old are today's demons. And so did I. When people forgot about me, I forgot about myself and lost my erstwhile power. But now my past has returned, along with some of my strength. I will help you, Vasilisa. Who knows what other rebirths can I undergo?
So it turned out that our Prokopy used to be a chute demon.
Jesus Christ!
Didn't expect that, Grandpa, did you? Perhaps now I'll be the one to tell you to hunt mice.
Unbelievable! I didn't think that such strong spirit would enter your service. I'm glad all the training worked out. Or is it the book? So, now you're going to stay with us?
Well, yeah. I'll live out my cat life with Vasilisa. I found mine, now I help Vasilisa find hers.
And no nagging about mice. You might be St. George himself, but you should still do your duty. While I still have my teeth, I'm the master of this house.
Don't worry, Grandpa. I'll take care of it. Consider the mice gone. How do you like my new fur? What a glow.
I don't know how to address you now. Prokopy or Voipel?
Prokopy it is. I've told you that I'll stay with you until all the seals are open. You've helped me, now it's my turn. I'm not scared of any charts. How can they possibly harm me?
What kind of spirit are you?
A chewed one. Permans believed in me in the olden days. My powers have waned. I can catch mice, though.
You're helping me then again.
Yeah, and my power grows because of that. So I won't leave you.
You've remembered your past, but won't you forget it all once again?
Yes, you become that what you're doing. If you'll be a Societka for 100 years, then you'll become one. If you wouldn't have reminded me of the past, Then who knows? Maybe I would have become a hairy old man then in another 100. Enough of this Sosietka business. When you free your guy, I go back to mountains. I will fly around like a free northern wind. I won't forget a thing that way.
And I was here by dawn.
Well done, Basha. You did a They'll curse low.
Thanks, Grandpa.
All right, you need to go to the mill.
I'm getting better and better with the book.
Ha! You bet. Knowledge is light. The longer you hold on to this book, the brighter it shines. And the taller the shadow is behind your back. Doesn't matter who holds this book. Finally!
Well, time to go to the mill.
It's not far from Guy.
God be with you. I'm a fisherman from the northern lake, Vatti, Lord forgive. I came to thank you. I don't know what you did, but the Vodinoi stopped cutting our nets. Here, I brought some dried pike from our crew.
Near the old Izba, a man is scolding his wife. Half the village soon gathers to listen to the quarrel. Half the peasants take the side of the husband, while the other half support the wife. It turns out the mill has long since been abandoned and is rather notorious here. Hardly anyone is brave enough to get close to the building. The talk is, the Vodinoi still grabs passers-by and drags them to the bottom. Near the old Izba, a man is scolding. The subject of the argument turns out to be a saw that breaks down every other time. The man suspects that his wife is cursing it, while she insists she is innocent. This item looks like it's been repaired quite often. Looks like it was fixed by the local smith a couple of days ago. You think that the smith may know something about the defect and learn how to get to his Izba. You decide on your next actions. It turns out the mill. You decide on your next. On the village street, you meet a strange peasant procession with chests and sacks. A peasant clutching a sleepy rooster walks in the lead. The people stop, noticing you on their way. The old women start to cross themselves, thinking you to be a bad omen. The man walking at the head of the procession addresses you.
Who are you, bareheaded wench? What are you doing here at night?
A rooster in hand and sacks full of clothing. What are these peasants planning? Girls are usually the ones who perform divinations with roosters. Looks like they're offering the rooster as a sacrifice to the Susiatko. So they're moving. I'm a simple traveler who's lost her way. So, you're moving into a new izba?
None of your business, wench.
I'm a witch doctor. I can help you move.
After a brief discussion, the peasants accept your offer. You make a sacrifice near the future hut while whispering Zagam. You go past the new houses of the settlement and approach the Kama bank. The Vadinoi was sure to be followed by his retinue, dead men and drowners from the underwater domain. Breathing in the fresh night air, you draw a circle. The Chthonian guests show up almost immediately. Your recent acquaintances emerge from the river.
Is that you, witch? A witch! A witch!
You! What do you need here?
Vakul has gone to the watermill, so the border is thin. We came along to help him deal with that girl also. Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
If you know the Vadinoi so well, maybe you can tell me how to help the salt worker and the Rusalka.
The Vodinoi took a liking to you. He likes knowers. He doesn't like that you helped the Rusalka with her name. He planned to live with her for a long time. What's he going to do with her now that she remembered her past? He was upset that you helped the shepherd. He got so angry. There were waves all over. Vakul is not in a good mood now. He'll probably demand a ransom. I don't know how much, but he won't ever let the Rusalka go. Only when her time comes. Like the rest of the drowners. When my time comes, I'll become a Badinoi myself. Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
The smithy is built on the far end of the village to prevent fires. You knock at the door and shudder. The sound disturbs the heavy silence. The door opens. The first thing you see is a gun, and then the smith.
Who are you? It seems a bit early for Carolyn.
A man from Fedorova sent me. Here, his saw is fixed poorly.
The smith puts down his gun and inspects the tool.
Lousily done. It's my work. But what can you do? I'm afraid to work for too long. You won't believe me.
I'm a knower. I've seen a lot of things.
Christ almighty. Well, listen. The devil himself visits me. He looks like an ordinary, God-fearing man, but smells of drink. He comes and tells me, shoe my horses. So I'm lifting the horse's hoof and see a human foot. This peasant has it backwards, hooves for feet, and he stares at me with his eyes. So I had to shoe a human foot. Lord, forgive me. I've been afraid to open the door ever since.
I think I know what kind of chorts smell of drink. I can drive the chorts away from you, Smithy. Go inside so that you're not killed by mistake.
You draw a circle and prepare to encounter the demons. You don't wait long. The grateful smith fixes the tool and bows low to you. On your way back, you give the peasant the saw and receive your reward. On the riverbank, you see a peasant that used to look after the Vodinoy's cows. He is alive and obviously free, but his eyes are empty and he can't say a word. You know these things happen to regular people who have been through such experiences. You guide the man to the village and explain that he needs to get to his home, Nekrasova. The wine shop is working until late. Warm light from its window pours onto the street, hidden in the dark. Noticing your book, the wine seller invites you inside. He claims to have books for sale.
I see you're interested in books. You have a great one with you, I see. Is it old? I am not only selling drinks, you know. Care to look?
The mill rises above the pool of the river inflow. The izba is decrepit, and the water wheel is silent. The reeds around it rustle mysteriously. You're greeted by a salt worker.
Oh, Vasilisa.
I visited the Vodinoy and learned about your daughter. Don't you think it's something worth telling me?
How could I? God, this is all like in a bad dream. He took Yevdokia, but I didn't know he was the one to blame. And I didn't think for a minute that he would send her to kill people. I thought there was another Vodinoy. I thought I had escaped from that one. So much death, so many sacrifices. Sacrifices. I offered money, vodka, porridge. It's still not enough for Vakul. He only wants lives.
Did you make a pact with the Vodinoy here?
Yes. This is my old watermill. I used to work here. When I built it, I made a pact with Vakul. He tells me it's business as usual, so I thought I'd pay it off with rubles.
It's never that easy with demons.
Several years later, he started playing tricks with shadows. His way of asking for his sacrifice. I never wanted to hurt anyone, and so I refused him. He then took it for himself. I had an apprentice, a guy who poured grain. A fine lad. I liked him a lot. And the Vodinoy dragged him into the water. The demon drowned him. Do you understand? Then I abandoned that watermill. I couldn't stay there. I opened these salt works later. I thought he had already taken what was due. But it was never enough for him. Turns out he's the one who took my daughter. He killed my Dusha.
How did the Vodinoy find you in the salt works?
His factory is far away. I thought another Vodinoy managed this place. And so it used to be in the beginning. I managed to make some money milling the wheat. First I built a small factory, and then it expanded. We got along fine with another water demon. He did not want any human sacrifices. Then I gather Vakul beat him and took this river under his control. But I wasn't aware. And then he somehow learned about me.
What happened to your daughter?
My daughter. She had nothing to do with it. When Vakul found me, he, I think, wanted to teach me a lesson. Yevdokia went to Solikamsk in winter by sleigh. The ice broke beneath her. No one found my daughter, nor did they find the sleigh. That time, I didn't guess who was to blame. It's not the Vodinoy my grandfather told me about. God punished me. He sent the most devious one.
I think you'll be able to talk to Vakul today.
Oh, I will. That damned chort I will.
I don't think you can handle him. Only I can. Besides, even I won't be able to kill him. Masters of nature are strong.
Do what you can.
I will. I think Vakul will show up sooner if you start the mill.
Can do.
I already inspected it while I waited. I've opened the screen, but the wheel doesn't spin. The chute is worn out. I can patch it. These chutes can be patched. It's a pity some of them are too far gone. There aren't enough paddles on the wheel. Look around a bit. We should have enough here. Then we will start it. I'll wait for you inside. I'll fix what I can.
All right. I'll find some boards for you.
You found a fitting vane for a watermill wheel. You found a fitting vane for a...
A ramshackle mill. We're lucky it still stands. It's scary around here. Could some other demons have settled here? This screen blocks water from going to the mill. It's been opened by a salt worker. Still water, and it's deep at that. Something is splashing around here, but I can't make out what.
Vasya, my father, is he also here?
Yes, on the mill. Want to speak to him?
I can't. Vakul won't allow it.
He's not here yet.
I can't disobey him, no matter how much I'd like to.
I need the blades.
For the wheel, I know. Here's the blade. Take it.
The Rusalka gives you a part of the mechanism.
There's something in this name, Vakul. A bit of firm, you think? I feel he's close. There's something in... I feel...
If the Vodinoi doesn't help the miller, the wheel will break down very quickly, or stand still altogether. The water drops from here to the wheel. What a mechanism! Impressive. I heard in the south they placed the water wheels on the outside.
Ah, Vasilisa. 3 blades. That's enough. Well, we have everything we need to start the mill.
Vakul will appear as soon as we start the wheel. All right, it's time.
The salt worker quickly fixes the mechanism. He looks like he's done it plenty of times. Soon, the squeaky wheel makes one rotation, then another.
the middle world. A grand place, beautiful. If only it didn't stink up the living. My favorite witch and her cute little book. I'm so glad to meet you again.
Greetings, Vodinoi.
Well, Vakul.
Ah, my old acquaintance. Come to break another promise?
Father,
I didn't tell you to speak.
A water stream knocks the salt worker and the Rusalka off their feet.
You make a lousy guest, Vasilisa. Is it what we do in the Perm region? Steal serfs from their master.
There aren't any serfs anymore.
Silence! You made good on your promise. To go the road from its beginning to its end, honoring the promise. I appreciate that. But I like you, Rich. Tell me what you want.
I need to break the seal and free the Rusalka. What good comes of keeping her with you? She's a nice girl.
That's why I'm keeping her, because she's nice. I'm not impartial to compassion, so I'm ready to make a deal. You want both? Then I'll require gold as your sacrifice. Every wish has its price. Mine is a small one.
All right, so be it.
You throw the gold into the water.
Happy to do business with you, Wedge.
The Vodinoi touches the book before disappearing into the depths. The Rusalka stays on the shore. One more seal is gone.
Oh, forgive me, Dusa. You died because of me.
no. Don't even think about blaming yourself. I'm free from the water demon now. I still have no answer for my sins.
Wait.
We'll meet again someday. Farewell, Father.
The Rusalka smiles at the salt worker and vanishes into white light. On your way back, you comfort Pahom with tales of life after death, but he seems to be happy with how things turned out.
Isn't that the most banal of a legend?
Maybe, but there's too many consequences. The drowners are talking about her. The girl is strong, they say. There are rumors coming from other spirits. Now they agreed to protect a wedding. She must think I would tracas it. If she sticks needles in me, I'll be left without any power. Go to Bakcha. They won't be expecting you.
I have certain doubts about this. I've seen her in the village. Not everyone can handle that power.
You should be more confident. I haven't taught you for nothing. You should curse the wedding to be on an equal footing.
It won't be easy. But if she really has the book, I may finally be able to control this force.
Right. There you will find out. And if this is true, you can do anything you wish for. So goes the legend. Take a look at them first. I've sent charts throughout the area. It will be a good occasion.
But this wedding, I wouldn't want to curse peasants. You know how I am with demons.
Don't make me laugh. Who will you curse there? You think you can turn the procession? This thing happened last with my grandmother. Go back as soon as you take the book.
So be it.
Well, get ready. Amen to you.
Aha, and what happened next?
I negotiated with that chort, and he did what I asked.
Well done, Vasilisa. I myself couldn't have done it better. I remember my youth as a coldoon. Those were the days.
I got off easy, you could say.
That's right, you furry chort. Go catch some mice.
Let the charts catch them. It's not a job that befits a susietka.
Proshka, can cats be used to break the seals in the book? Help me check, would you?
All right, I'll catch some mice. It's not hard or anything. I'm not torturing you like your charts, after all.
Well, it's time to deal with the next seal.
The seal of the wolf. I was thinking about werewolves.
I haven't heard about them in Uyezd for a long time.
Proshka, can you turn into a wolf?
Nah.
That won't do. I need to think about this. In the meantime, go and deal with your business. Go visit your betrothed. It's time. I may come up with something.
All right, Grandpa.